All right, week 17, Christmas Day game. We got the Chiefs versus the Steelers. Before I move on, I am trying to get more subscribers. So if you like what you listen to, please subscribe. So let's go ahead and get into it. So Kansas City is favored by 3. I'm going to take Kansas City. It's going to be a close game. The model says it's going to be a close game, and quite frankly, I think most likely the Kansas City -3 is pretty accurate. So let's take a look into what the model says. So the simulation gives Kansas City a 61% chance of winning, and that equates to about a 3-point spread. And then when I look at the raw numbers, we're looking at an average of almost 22 points with an average of almost 19. So the simulation is pretty consistent. A couple of things I would point out is first off, the simulation's pretty accurate with both of these teams. And the thing that always strikes me is you're not used to seeing a Kansas City team that is ranked as a poor offense. I mean, they just are. And I think that that's because they're getting by on the really, really good performances of a very few number of players who are able to make big plays when they need it. And let's be honest, that's a big part of playing football. And then meanwhile, I think Pittsburgh is a very well-coached team, very fundamentally sound team. But at the end of the day, I think that they are just underclassed. And when you look at their last two games, they're playing Philadelphia and Baltimore, and they just didn't look all that strong. They just didn't, in my opinion, they didn't look that terribly competitive. So let's go ahead and take a look at some more of the numbers here. So with that, you look at the raw numbers, and you definitely see both teams are going to be a fairly balanced, but you definitely see that Kansas City is they've got a bit more of that disparity over here. But at the end of the day, the one thing that I would point out is even when I come over here and you look at Pittsburgh showing more explosiveness than what we see over here, Kansas City is, and I don't often use this, but Kansas City, they're getting more plays in. And what I think that really boils down to is they've got a balanced game, they've got a strong running game, they've got a strong defense. And I think what they're really able to do is, and it doesn't show up on this chart, but it's in the simulated data. That's why you see the scores the way that they are, is they're getting more of that consistency, more of the first downs, those third down conversions, even fourth down conversions. And so what that's going to just generally relate to is they're not only getting more plays, but they're getting more out of those plays. And so that's what we're seeing here. Should be a really fun game. It's going to be a great Christmas game. And so anyhow, I'm trying to get some subscribers here. So if you like what you listen to, subscribe and drop me a note if you've got any thoughts on it.